Nothing in life happens by accident, explained by Buddhism. There are phases in life when everything suddenly becomes chaotic. A door closes, a relationship abruptly ends, an unexpected event hits us without any explanation. We stand there, in the middle of life's current, unable to understand why things happen the way they do, why the things we try so hard to protect still fall apart, and why life can sometimes be so cruel that it brings us to our knees. But Buddhist philosophy offers us a different perspective, a calmer, more complete way of seeing. Nothing in this world is accidental. Every event, whether small or enormous, painful or joyful, carries within it a profound cause and condition. Every upheaval is a doorway that leads us toward a new form of maturity, a new truth, a new awakening. Life never intends to hurt us. It only wants us to see ourselves, to see our limits, to see the lessons that peace alone can never teach. This writing invites you into that journey, the journey of understanding that everything happens for a reason. Not to frighten us, but to lead us back to ourselves. No one in life escapes suffering. Whether rich or poor, strong or fragile, everyone will endure cracks carved into the soul by life itself. But the important thing is not how many storms we have faced. The important thing is what we have understood from them. In Buddhist teachings, suffering is not punishment. It is not retribution, nor is it a merciless destiny. Suffering is simply a signal, a silent teacher knocking gently on the door of our heart with lessons that no words can truly convey. There are truths that can only be learned by walking through pain. Just as gold must enter fire to become pure, humans must go through tests to grow. But why are we so afraid of pain? Because the natural instinct of human beings is avoidance. We want comfort, stability, and for everything to unfold according to our wishes. And when reality refuses to follow that desire, we suffer. A Zen master once said, "Suffering is inevitable, but prolonged suffering is a choice. The more we resist pain, the more it exhausts us. The more we deny it, the more violent it becomes. But when we dare to face it, quietly and calmly, we discover suffering never wanted to destroy us. It only wanted us to grow. And every time we overcome it, our soul becomes more spacious." There is a famous story in Buddhist scriptures. A disciple came to his master, complaining that life was unfair. He was suffering, failing, struggling, and nothing seemed to go his way. The master asked him to put a handful of salt into a glass of water and drink it. The water was bitter. Then the master told him to throw the same handful into a lake and drink from it. The water was sweet. The master said, "The salt is still the salt. The suffering is still the suffering. The difference is whether you are the glass or the lake." That story carries a profound truth. When our heart is small, every pain becomes enormous. When our heart is wide, pain becomes just a grain of salt falling into a lake, weightless. So how do we expand the heart? Not by avoiding pain, but by understanding it, observing it, and opening ourselves to accept it. Every difficult experience is a grain of salt falling into the water of our life. Whether we become a glass or a lake is entirely our choice. Humans often seek stability, but the paradox is, it is stability that makes us stagnant. When everything is comfortable, we stop learning. We resist change. We cling to what is familiar. But when a storm hits, we are forced to look back. Forced to grow. Forced to change. Buddhism teaches, without disruption, there is no awakening. Just as a seed must fall into the darkness of soil, split open, endure pressure to rise into the light, humans too must break apart to be reborn. Another story tells of this. A student saw a butterfly struggling to break out of its cocoon. Thinking it was suffering, he helped by tearing the cocoon open. The butterfly emerged, but its wings were weak and it could never fly. The master explained, "It is the struggle that strengthens it. To fly, it must overcome its pain." Likewise, a breakup teaches us to love ourselves. Unemployment opens a new path. Failure makes us humbler and stronger. Without chaos, there is no transformation. Without collapse, there is no rebirth. In Buddhism, there is a profound concept, dharma. Dharma is not fate, nor is it a fixed destiny. It is the natural order of the universe, where everything happens at the right time, in the right place, with the right people. It is not accidental that we meet someone. It is not accidental that an opportunity comes and goes. It is not accidental that something ends. Everything is part of a greater flow we are not yet wise enough to see. Just like the changing seasons, the flowing river, the blooming flowers, all follow a perfect order we cannot fathom. But humans fight against this order. Wanting everything to follow their desires. Wanting timing to follow their emotions. Wanting life to follow the script they wrote. And when life refuses, we suffer. There is a beautiful example. A man was caught in the sea during a storm. He struggled fiercely and nearly drowned. Only when he let go and allowed his body to float did the waves carry him safely to shore. Life is the same. When we resist, we hurt. When we soften and flow with the current, things naturally return to where they belong. That is Dharma, gentle, invisible, yet perfect. We were taught since childhood to control our lives. But as we grow older, we realize no one can control life. We cannot control others. Control the future. Control the unexpected. Control timing. Control who leaves. Control success or failure. The only thing we can control is our mind. Nothing more. A Buddhist story tells of a king asking 3 ministers why life is so unpredictable. The third took him to a river and told him to stop the water with his hands. The king tried, but he couldn't. The minister said, "Life is like this water. We cannot make it stand still. We can only learn to move with it. When we cling to control, we worry. We fear. We become disappointed when things don't follow our plans. But when we accept that life always changes, we become free. Letting go is not giving up. Letting go is not passivity. Letting go means do your best, but do not force life to obey your will." In Buddhism, there is the concept of wu-wei, action in harmony with nature. It teaches us to do the right thing at the right time. To avoid force. To stop fighting what cannot be changed. Like water, gentle but powerful. It doesn't fight the rock, yet eventually the rock surrenders. Letting go does not weaken us. Letting go strengthens us, because we are no longer controlled by fear and anxiety. When we let go, our mind becomes lighter. Our clarity increases. We live fully in the present moment. Uncertainty is a part of life. We don't know what tomorrow brings. But that doesn't mean tomorrow is something to fear. A Zen master lived on a mountain. Villagers ran to warn him that a huge storm was coming. The master smiled. "If the storm comes, I greet the storm. If it goes, I wave it goodbye. If I live, I accept living. If I die, I accept dying." People saw danger. The wise saw truth. It is not life that is uncertain, it is our mind that is unsettled. When we trust that, we can face what comes. We are strong enough to overcome. We are stable enough to stand firm. Then every storm becomes an opportunity. Many times in life, what we thought was disaster was actually the beginning of a new chapter. Losing a job, finding the right direction. Breaking up, learning self-love. Failing, discovering hidden strength. Life knows things we don't. Uncertainty is not the enemy. It is the guide. Enlightenment is not distant or mystical. It doesn't arrive in a flash of blinding light. Enlightenment is a very ordinary process. Recognizing a wrong habit. Understanding an old wound. Overcoming a personal limit. Letting go of something we once clung to. Every failure is an awakening. Every pain is a doorway into the depth of the soul. Every separation is a reminder that everything is impermanent. If today we are hurting, we are simply walking through a lesson. If today we don't understand why something happened, one day we will. Life never operates without meaning. It is the most patient and perfect teacher. Remember this. No moment in life is wasted. No event is meaningless. No pain arrives without carrying a gift. Life is not a chain of luck or misfortune. It is a flowing stream of order, wisdom, and compassion. A person leaves, so we learn to let go. A job ends, so we find the path that truly belongs to us. An event occurs, so an old shell can break, allowing us to reach a better version of ourselves. Therefore, when life places you in hardship, do not despair. Ask yourself, what is this trying to teach me? Where does it want me to grow? Where is it leading me? When we replace the question, why is this happening to me, with what is this trying to teach me? Suffering begins to transform into wisdom. The greatest teaching of Buddhism is this. None of us is a victim of life. We are its students. Every event is a lesson. Every pain is a teacher. Every step, no matter how difficult, leads us closer to awakening. Trust your journey. One day, when you look back, you will understand. All the things that once hurt you were the very things that turned you into the best version of yourself.
Thank you for watching until the end of the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel to watch more interesting videos.